difference in fees, which is very high in the disparity among the fees in the locals and the internationals in IIUM, is very high, about 6 to 7 times. And this results in a lot of problems here. Firstly, the competition among the students reduces. I'll tell you how. When the locals, they pay less, okay, the incentive to study compared to the internationals are like, okay, I'm so far away from home, I have paid around 6 or 7 times more, I've paid this, I've done this. So the incentive to study for them is much more greater. You know, they'll sit and study and all, but the locals, they won't have that big of a bother, okay, it's just let's say 1,000, 1,500 ringgits, right? So what happens is the competition among the locals and internationals reduces, which kind of hampers the students' development. This is what we are supposed to get from university, a bit of competition, a bit of a learning environment, which reduces. Alright. Then comes the question of equality among students. Okay. When the IIUM talks about integration among different students, the locals and the internationals. So when the IIUM is, you know, when they have that in their motto, they have that in their mission and vision and all that. But then when they don't provide an incentive for the integration and they provide stuff, when they have the disparity among the fees, and they're trying to reduce, I mean, this actually creates a gap between the locals and the internationals. I feel that one of the main reasons the locals and internationals can't mix around here is because of this fee disparity. Someone's paying 6 times more, another person's paying something that, you know, the internationals have to just, what they pay for immigration is, I mean, it's senseless. Then, okay. Then what happens is, when you equalize the fees, the pressure level reduces for students. Because, you know, you feel that, okay, because we are equal now, the Malay person sitting next to me is having the same fees, having the same facilities, having all the same opportunities as me, and we are having the same fees and everything. So then, I don't feel the pressure. You know, the student won't feel, the international student won't feel that pressure. Okay. Then, the sister from the opening opposition said that they kept on repeating about the Malaysian workforce. First of all, let me tell you that IIUM motto is not about the workforce, Malaysian workforce. The IIUM motto is to serve the Ummah. Okay, when they want to serve the Ummah, you can't look at the Malaysians and the internationals. You have to look at the Ummah. We are all Ummah. We are all Ummah, we are all Muslim, part of the Muslim world. So, you can't despair that, okay, the Malaysians are better Muslims and the internationals are not. No, that's not the case here. You have to keep an equality factor here. Okay. Then, when you come to the foundations of IIUM, the history of IIUM, how was the IIUM built, or where did the concept of IIUM come from? International Islamic University in Malaysia, where did it come from? The OIC, the Organization for Islamic Cooperation. What is the OIC? It's comprising of all the Islamic countries in the world. Okay, please sit down. Okay, so all these Islamic countries, they have a contribution to this university, some way or the other. For example, Saudi government has built the Indian faculty. Then I'm not sure about the others, but this is, as far as I know, the Bank of Jeddah has built the Indian faculty. Okay, fine. Then why this disparity among the internationals and the Malaysians? Okay, because fine, they're teaching us, they're giving us a land here, a piece of land here, and they have faculties, they have their professors and everything. Fine, even they're benefiting, aren't they? I mean, they are coming in contact with us. For example, these students, let's say a student from a village in Malaysia, how will he ever come in contact with an international if it wasn't for this university? Then if we are giving them that contact, why are we having to pay more? Okay. Then we have, okay. Okay, now, coming to the fact that the internationals, we have the flight ticket and all that. That's the point. The internationals have to pay for a flight ticket to go back home and see their parents, which they do maybe after every, let's say, 1 year or 1.5 years. But the Malaysian students, they can go just by an LRT. They go to their LRT every weekend, every 2 weeks. Whereas the internationals, they don't have that. They have to settle with the weather, they have to settle with the food, they have to compromise with their families, they have to do a lot of sacrifices. And then you talk about that the international students have to pay more because, okay, let me tell you, the international students have to pay for the visa, the international students have to pay for the plane ticket, the international students have to pay the immigration fees. The international students are subject to different laws under the Malaysian government. So why this disparity in the Malaysian, in this university? Yes, please.
How do you rate
other universities in the West, they have a quota that, okay, out of let's say 100 students in one class, you can have maximum 30 or 40 students from international. Yes, please. We can afford it. Yes, we can afford it. But then when you talk about subsidizing, the Malaysian students, that means we are paying more in every other sense. Then why can't we get the tuition fees less? We are paying for the immigration, we are paying for the plane tickets, we are paying for the visa, we are paying so many other taxes. Fine. Then why can't you subsidize our tuition fees here? It makes our life much more easier. And then you talk about integration with us, it just won't happen. It just won't happen that. Okay. And then to rebut a few of the opposition points. Okay, I feel that the government, where do they subsidize the locals from? They subsidize the locals from drawing money from the international, 6 times more, and over here, like let's say half the fees. So you can actually do the maths yourself. Okay, then we have the sister here presented a case that the fee should be from local to international or international to local. Let me tell you, don't make it local to international, international to local. Make it an average. Bring out a midpoint. Somewhere which is like, instead of one person 10,000, another person 1,000, make it somewhere around 5,000. That's it, simple. Your case is solved. Anyway, with that, I would like to conclude my case, and thanks for